Introducing the Open Palm Podcast, hosted by Jerome Shaw. Available today on your favorite podcasting platforms, including Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Anchor.fm, and many more. The Open Palm Podcast, where the host engages his listeners with inspirational messages, motivating themes, and thought-provoking ideas. Topics include: make more mistakes, how much is your value, don't get right, get going, learning to let go, excellence is a habit, and more. Binge listen today. Subscribe today. It's getting excellent ratings. That's the Open Palm Podcast, hosted by Jerome Shaw. You can also find it on YouTube. Make sure you share it with your social networks and connect on Twitter and Instagram at Jerome Shaw. That's the Open Palm Podcast with Jerome Shaw. Available today on your favorite podcasting platforms. Go listen, download, and subscribe now.
Emancipate yourself from mental slavery. None but ourselves can free our minds. What did Bob Marley mean when he wrote these lyrics? Emancipate yourself from mental slavery. None but ourselves can free our minds. What do you think he meant, my friend? Have you ever felt like you were a slave in your own body, a slave to your own mind? The mind makes a wonderful servant, but a cruel master. How to escape the rat race? How to escape our own mind, how to jack out of the matrix and explore reality, how to make the leap of faith so that the net will appear. Will we take that step? Will we venture into the zone of the unknown? Will we ever just trust ourselves that we can make it, even if we let go of our security blanket? Will Smith said, "I don't have a plan B because it distracts from plan A." The opposite of traction is distraction. Are you gaining traction or more distraction, my friend? It's what I had to ask myself on my own journey. Many times I have faltered, I have failed, I've made mistakes, I've fallen, but I've gotten back up. I've stayed in the practice, even if I didn't hold to my full standards, even if my life felt like it wasn't up to par with who I knew I was, or who I knew that I was destined to be. Your image of yourself is so important, for we will never rise above our self-image. We will never receive more than we feel we are worthy of. Even if miraculously we do receive more, maybe we win the lottery or receive a lump sum of money, we will always go back down to the level of our self-image, always. If something is gotten parasitically, it will be taken parasitically. There is no escaping the laws. So how do you feel about yourself? What is at that root in your mind? We are always operating on the branch level, trying to change things at the root level, but we can make it a lot easier on ourselves. There's a quote, and I don't know the exact quotation, but Abraham Lincoln was said to have said that if you gave him an axe and you gave him maybe 6 hours to chop down a tree, he'd spend the first 4 to 5 hours sharpening the axe. There are easier ways to do it, easier ways to manage. Sharpen your mind. Give yourself a fighting chance. Don't just swing blindly with a dull axe. Give yourself the tools to succeed. A tool doesn't do anything for you in the shed. It only collects dust there. But if you sharpen the tool, polish the tool, it can serve you. That tool is your mind. Brian Tracy once said that personal development is an ultimate time saver. The better we get at personal development, developing ourselves, the more time we save, the easier it is to get to our goals, to make it through to our destination, to make it up that hill, to make the climb. Personal development. Sharpen your mind. A mind is a terrible thing to waste. Don't leave yourself in shackles, even if they are golden shackles. Slavery is slavery. And wouldn't you like to be free? Freedom. It means different things to different people. But wouldn't you like to have your own sense of what freedom means to you? Thank you, my friend, for listening. This has been Jerome Shaw on TOP, the Open Palm Podcast, here in Sherman Oaks, California. The Open Palm means harmony with the world, understanding our place in the world, using our skills accordingly, greeting the world with an open palm instead of a closed fist. I pray you received a kind message from this episode today, and that if you would share it with a like-minded individual who is learning and growing, escaping the cell of their mind, becoming their greatest version just like you, being all they can be, happy and free. If this is your first time visiting the podcast, definitely subscribe if you are not already for more inspiration like this. And if you feel compelled to support it, then consider opening your browser to anchor.fm/jshaw, and you may click on that little support link there, joining the other wonderful supporters. Thank you so much to the 3 newest supporters of the podcast. We have Stephanie, Jamie, and Shamir. Thank you so much for supporting the podcast. You are much loved and appreciated. Be blessed. Have a wonderful day or night wherever you are, my friend. And as always, take care.
Hey there, my friend. So you've heard about Anchor, but do you know why it's the easiest way to make a podcast? Well, first off, it's free. It allows you to use creation tools that let you record your podcast right from your phone or computer. It also distributes your podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more platforms. You can even make money from your podcast with minimum listenership. It's everything you need in one place. Download the free Anchor app today or go to anchor.fm to get started. Can't wait to hear yours. Let's see what you have to offer the world.